The king of auto rifles is back and is here for the final update to prove that to you guys. Today we are doing Choir of One as a build. And Choir of One, it's singing. It's singing. When I tell you guys that the build I made for this auto rifle can literally carry your harder in content, I mean that. You will never run out of ammo and you'll do dumb damage with it. Look at the damage I'm doing with it. And this not even like the spraying that you do with it. Like this. You see that? Just get him up out of here. Just get him up out of here. Your friend too. Your friend too. Ridiculous. So let me show you guys this build and how it gets down. What up, guys? Alchemist saying I got something nice for you. So today we straying away from the ability spam and we leaning more into the weapon usage, okay? And you're not gonna regret this build. So the exotic we're using in this build, weapon-wise, is Choir of One. Choir of One is one of the craftable exotics we was able to get. And basically the exotic perk is fire extended range, high caliber projectiles at a reduced rate of fire, deal increased precision damage when aiming down sights. It's literally just a special weapon auto rifle that does dumb damage, and rapid final blows cause it to leave radio layering fluid on the ground. Not really that special, but when you hit fire with this weapon, it sends out the projectiles that the Wyvern Vex shoot out that does dumb damage. Now it can roll with volatile rounds as craftable, but I decided to go with Onslaught because we will be having volatile rounds in this build already. So Onslaught making that it shoot faster, so we have faster DPS in this build, making it do insane damage whether I want to hit fire to destroy bolts quick or just to kill regular enemies while aiming down sights quicker. Okay. Now there's two exotic weapons I thought about using in this build. The first one was Khepri Sting, because the way we set this build up, we will be doing a lot of weakening and killing enemies. So you can make a lot of smoke clouds to blind the enemies in the room and basically very team oriented for your teammates and whatnot, make more orbs and stuff. But then I was like, yeah, I could do that. But what's the fun of that? So I went with Fortune's Favor that just naturally give us a 15% increased weapon damage for our weapons and increase the accuracy, stability, and handling for our weapons as well. Okay, so I went with Fortune's Favor for the survivability with the Void Overshield, of course, with this build. So we're using harder in content, but also too to just dump up that extra damage for Choir of One. Now, our artifact. We are using Void Weapon Channeling. It says you gain a temporary bonus to Void Weapon damage after you defeat a target with a Void Weapon while at least one of your Void abilities is fully charged. That's why we're using a Void subclass for this build. This damage bonus increases based on the number of fully charged Void abilities you have. So, if I have my super, because super count as an ability as well, if I kill a Vex with this weapon, I now have Void Weapon boost times 4. Okay? Now, Void Weapon boost times 4 it's in the same category as your Void Surge, okay, inside your leg piece, I'm pretty sure. So you got to make sure, well, not make sure, but basically this make it that you don't have to run surge mobs if you don't want to. I still recommend it for consistency, but that's basically what it does. So times 4 Void Weapon Surge is 25% extra damage for our Choir of One. If you got like times 3, that's 21%, times 2 is 17%, and then times 1 is 11%. Regardless, this is just free damage if you're not spamming your abilities. Then we have Supernova. Picking up a Void Breach causes your next source of Void damage to create a large weakening post. So if I pick up a Void Breach, right? If I pick up this Void Breach and I shoot this enemy right here, it will do a Void Explosion that if any enemy get hit by it, they get weakened, basically, okay? So that's an extra 15% extra damage we're going to be doing. That's why I say you can use this with Khepri Sting, but I went with the extra damage with Fortune's Favor and survivability. We have a Protective Breach, and I pick up a Void Breach, we get a Void Overshield, and this is why you can use Khepri Sting if you want to, because you will get a Void Overshield regardless in this build. But again, Fortune's Favor giving that 15% extra damage while I have a Void Overshield on. Then we have on Unto the Breach, where defeating a Void debuff target creates a Void Breach while you have a Void or Prismatic subclass on. This is help pour with the Protective Breach. We'll be making a lot of Void Breaches in this build. Now, the main important thing here, targeting autoloader. While you have an auto rifle equipped, defeating combatant reload your equipped weapon and temporarily increase weapon damage. This does stack up to 3, okay? So if you pay attention while I'm shooting these Vex, you will see that the gun will reload on its own while I'm getting kills. So you will always have ammo with this weapon, and because I chose onslaught with this weapon, I can literally shoot fast non-stop, ever having to reload, so I can always shoot onslaught and melt enemies very quick. Now, keep in mind, I'm pretty sure Bungie said this perk is bugged right now. I'm pretty sure. Where they said it's not giving the damage buff like it's supposed to be doing. So, this actually gives you 20% extra damage. So by Tuesday, this build will be doing even more damage. Depending on when you watching this video for this build, it will be doing more damage. Don't worry, they are aware of the bug and it will be getting fixed on Tuesday. But it does give you a 20% damage buff for the max stacks. You got 5 stacks, so that means 5% extra damage each stack you have. Okay. Then we have, I did wrong math there, but you get what I'm saying. It's 20% max. Okay. Then we have Volatile Flow. Picking up Orb of Power grants you Void Weapon Volatile Rounds. So this is where we get the Volatile Rounds at, picking up Orb of Power for this build. And then lastly, we have Sustained Fire. Continuously damaging combatants or healing allies with auto rifle grants you damage resistance. They give us ×2 damage resist. So this gives us a 15% damage resistance flat out. I believe 15%. 15% or 25%. One of them. I'll throw it on the screen. I'm pretty sure it's 25% though. You have 25% damage resistance in this build. It is 25% from just shooting your auto rifle. So this even more survivability in this build. So now, look, I quite wanted to do dumb damn 15% more from Fortune's Favor. It's doing 20% more from the artifact from the auto rifle perk. It's giving us damage resistance. And we're going to be weakening every target we shoot. So that's even 15% more damage. And it's a special weapon, Choir 1. It's already doing dumb damage as is. And then it's also getting another 25% from Void Weapon Channeling. Insane. Now we're going to the subclass. Rocking Deadfall Tether, so I can just tether a group of enemies and just do more damage to them. 30% debuff to them with weakening on them. And I kill them all together with Choir 1. Gambler Dodge, Smoke Bomb, throw smoke somebody to blind them, and then I can shoot them, then weaken, kill them, go invisible, Status Executioner. We got Void Wall Grenade on, that's my favorite. You can put whatever grenade you want on. We got On the Prowl on to keep that envious going and get our ability to stuff back quicker and blinding more enemies in the area that get touched by the smoke. Our fragments, we're running Echo of Starvation, so we pick up a Void Breach or Power, we get Devoured. Basically, we get full health, not full health, but basically half our health when I pick up Or Power Void Breach for survivability in case our Void Overshield is knocked off. We have one Echo of Harvest, defeating weakened target creator or power in a Void Breach. We're going to be weakening people. Okay, every time I pick up a Void Breach, shoot somebody, they get weakened. Or on a Prowl, weaken them. So that's Or Power and Void Breach made from this. We also making Void Breach because of the artifact. We got on Echo Succession. If we ever, not ever, when we defeat volatile targets, we create a Void Breach. So this is the third way to make Void Breaches in this build. We got on Echo of Vigilance. If we ever in a situation where our overshield do get knocked off and we don't have resistance on and Devourer didn't save us, we get red health, we kill somebody while we have red health, we immediately get a void overshield so that Fortune Favor get back on again for us to keep it uptime forever again while we kill people and just to stay alive even longer because I didn't have no other fragment that I think is worth replacing over this for survivability. And then we have Echo of Persistence while we have a void buff on it staying even longer. Okay, now you can replace Echo of Vigilance if you want to, but I see no reason to do it. I guess you can replace it with Echo of Dilation in case you want that extra +10 weapon and +10 super. By all means, pick your poison. Okay, but that will give you some plus stats in your build because you do want 200 weapon stat in your build. Without that, you have 190 most likely, but I don't have the perfect armor set. But you want 200 weapon stat in this build, obviously, so you can kill boss and stuff with this and get ammo frequently so you can run around with Choir 1 without ever running out of ammo. And then my super stat does not matter being above 100. You just want 100 super stat. Above 100, unnecessary if you're using tether like me. Unnecessary, okay? Now, armor mods. We're using 2 special ammo finders so that whenever we can generate more ammo as quick as possible. So we always have Choir 1 ammo on us. We got Harmonic Siphon on, so whenever we kill people with Choir 1, we make Aura Power. Our RMPs, we just put on some stuff to help us get some abilities back quicker. But again, we mostly shooting the gun if we're not really worried about our abilities that much. Chest piece, we got on 2 harmonic ammo generation mods to make it that the ammo generation stat on acquire 1 go about plus 40, so that actually instead of it having only 15 ammo generation, it's actually at 55. So this helping that it does generate special ammo progress more quickly, so we do always have ammo for acquire 1. Then land people got better already. We already got Devour 1, so pick up Orb Power, we get health. We need something with pick up Orb Power, it start health regen, so we have better already on. We got on Harmonic Scavenger, so now pick up ammo 4, acquire 1, we get extra ammo for picking up that special ammo brick. Again, we want to make sure we always have acquire 1 ammo on us. And then I got 1 Void Weapon Surge on in case I did use my abilities. If I pick up Orb Power, I will guarantee at least 11% damage buff for my acquire 1 if I don't get to guarantee 25% or the 21% from void channeling from the artifact. And then lastly, we got Reaper on. When I shade step kill somebody, make Orb Power time dilation on so that it stays on longer for the Void Weapon Surge to keep that damage buff for acquire 1. And then we got Powerful Attraction on so that I can shade step pick up the orbs around me if I ever need be. But this is a free slot if you ever want to put like a class point mod on, or if you want to put on like special finisher, where you do a special move, you make a special special finisher. You want to put special finisher on so that you can make some ammo for your acquire 1 in case it's not enough out there. You can by all means do that. Okay. Lastly, our armor set we're going for. This one's kind of meme worthy because this armor set is not good. I'll be honest, it's not good. But I put it on just because I want to see more kabloomies and just really pour into that void fantasy. So we have U technology. You can get this armor set from Zavala or just doing Pinnacle Ops. And basically the 2-piece said rapidly defeating combatants with void energy spawns a void breach. That's why this is the 4th way we made void breaches in this build. So you will always have void breaches uptime non-stop to keep doing the weakening when you shoot somebody, and to be able to proc the 4-piece on this exotic, which is the 4-piece for this armor set, which is checking out Foresight, which basically after collecting a void breach, your next final blow with a void weapon triggers a detonation. That's what y'all just seen I did earlier. The detonation is more powerful if it is triggered quickly after collecting a void breach. So if I kill a couple of these hobgoblins, goblins, if I pick this up and I shoot one immediately, it does that giant explosion. But as you can see, I weakened these goblins because of the artifact, right? You see all the void breaches I'm making. I weakened them goblins because of the artifact explosion. But the explosion from the armor set is so small, it rarely ever touches any other enemy. Like, they have to be basically kissing each other for the explosion to actually hit somebody and deal damage to them. So it's not really worth it, but I just wanted the meme worthy. And if you wait for the taking out clairvoyance to wear off to the regular version, this is how big the explosion is normally. So nothing crazy. So I'm just doing it for the more kabloomies to get the extra damage in that I can. If it does touch somebody, if the enemies are, touching each other butt cheeks, then I get the extra damage. But if not, I'm not really worried about it. If you want to do a different armor set, by all means you can. But I just want to lean more into the void fantasy. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. I had a ball fit running around the -30 and cutthroat content and stuff and whatnot. It's really good. So go have fun. This is the king of auto rifles. It will not let you down. If you're someone that's tired of, running around with spamming abilities all day, this build is for you for actually shooting your gun. If you're someone that just want to shoot your gun, okay? And then I just got a weapon on for handing barrier champions and overload champions acquire 1, and then barrier champion for the machine gun. This is for unstoppables. I got the bow for unstoppable. I have acquire 1 for overload champions, and then my machine gun is for barrier champions commemoration, and it still pours into that void fantasy. It's a void machine gun, and it's amazing machine gun attack. So hope you guys enjoyed the build. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. And until next time, stay up.